I think that who is setting the example? You got the youngsters coming in and you're saying, okay, they don't have the passion to play for the West Indies team, but that would only come from examples. I mean, when I saw the West Indies team played in the 70s and 80s, I mean, we were invincible, yes, but the passion I saw it, and I came into the West Indies team wanting to wear that burgundy cap, wanting to be out there. I believe that the example being set now is the guys are heading off to franchise cricket. Everybody wants to make a lot of money out of the game, and West Indies seem to be very much secondary. And if that's the example, then you're not going to get a passion from the youngsters.
The West Indies have been eliminated from the 2023 World Cup. It's unbelievable, man. This team was so good in the 1970s when ODI cricket was started. The first World Cup, which was the 1975, they were the winners of it. And then they built a dynasty. Sobers, Vivian Richards. People didn't want to play the West Indies.
And in walks probably the greatest batsman in the world today, Richards.
Even Australians, yes, the mighty Australians, they also don't like to play the West Indies. So you know how fearsome, how scary are they. All their legends retired. They were worried that now the West Indies teams will be trash because all the legends are gone. But they had good successors like Brian Lara and Courtney Walsh. So they had good role players also. They had great bowlers. They had players like Chanda Paul. In the 2010s, when the T20 format became popular, West Indies were the natural champions for it. They had big hitters and their bowlers were a perfect fit for the T20 format. They were not that fast, but they were economical. Players like Pollard, Bravo, Sammy, Jason Holder, Chris Gale, these were all a great fit for the West Indies team. And so they dominated the T20 format also. They won 2 T20 World Cups. The most iconic one being the Carlos Braithwaite, remember the name, 25 runs in 1 over. West Indies team were looking strong. They weren't looking like they were going to die. In long formats though, we could see the West Indies team falling. They weren't playing good in ODIs or tests, but they were still going strong in T20, so nobody was worried about it. But the long format game was really bad, so people were worrying about that. What is the future of the West Indian team? Will they focus only on T20 or on the test format? Their players were succeeding in the IPL. They were making lots of money and they were big contributors for their IPL teams. But for the international side, they were not playing many games. Most West Indian players weren't playing for the national sides but focusing on premier leagues like IPL, Big Bash League, Caribbean Premier League, and now more leagues have emerged like the South Africa. The West Indian Management Board has been the worst. They have lost so many good players like Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan. They are losing players one by one, and I think there's a lot of politics going on in their board as well. So West Indies team is messed up. It started in 2017. They weren't present for the 2017 Champions Trophy, and then they missed T20 World Cups, and now they aren't playing even the main World Cup. They are eliminated. It's so sad to see, man. The legendary team that saw a downfall so fast. We all hope that the West Indian team can recover from this. They can make reforms in their board so that their selection process is a bit more consistent and the player development is a lot better, so that we can get legendary players from the West Indies. We want players like Chris Gale again. We want players like Brian Lara. West Indies' contribution in cricket is really important. So we need the West Indies.
The truth be told, if the West Indies did not win in 1979, it would have been a shock. Because of the team that won right through to the final, there were only 2 or 3 people who had not played in 1975. Colin Croft, Gerald Garner, and Desmond Haynes. And because of that, I don't think we were maybe the best team. We were the best team in the world. We hadn't been crowned yet because we hadn't beaten Australia in a test series, but unofficially we were.